Hi, Tom Walls, Carbide Processors. Want to talk about how I invented a new saw blade, sort of. Gypsum cutting. Gypsum, sheetrock, drywall, whatever. They lay it out, they make it flat, they put paper on it, then the edges are rough, they have to cut the edges smooth and clean so they can tape it. And it's cutting gypsum, and in this case, a customer came to me and they wanted much better life out of the saw blades than they were getting. They also, bless their hearts, they came to me with a really nice chemical analysis of what they were actually cutting. So gypsum is a really soft material, like talc, has a real low Mohs hardness. So they were designing saw blades to cut a really soft material. But the chemical analysis showed that there was as much as about 1% of quartz crystals, which are an extremely hard material. There was a variety of other materials, not as hard as quartz, but certainly much harder than the gypsum they were supposed to be cutting. So the dead soft gypsum was actually 90% soft gypsum with about 9% medium hard materials and 1% really hard materials. Okay, so I got some saw blades. Again, bless their hearts, they had something for me to actually look at. Got the saw blades and I put them under a 50 power and a 200 power microscope. I picked those because typically 30 to 50 is a real nice size to get a good look at tips. And the $100 Dynolite scope, $150 Dynolite scope I like now works real well at 200 power. That's why I picked those. At 50 power, you could see a smooth, the edges were just rounded over smooth, and it looked like a straightforward wear. When you went to 200 power, it was sort of like you could see a lot of gouges in it. So instead of a smooth curve, it actually had, you could see gouges in the edge of the smooth curves. What had happened, of course, was that the saw blade is going along, cutting through the gypsum, which wears it, but it's also hitting these really hard particles which gouge the edge. Every time you get a gouge, you greatly increase the wear surface, so you go from something smooth to something with a gouge in it, and you add basically about, well, you add this much extra surface, and then you subtract the surface that was here. So you add a great deal more surface, which greatly increases the wear. Also, a flat surface wears one way. If you have a V, you get a stress concentrator, a force concentrator in it. The material packs in the V, wants to pull it apart, but in any case, it packs under pressure, and of course the greater pressure also accelerates the wear. So we looked at this, and what we did is we went with a much more modern grade. We went with a submicron grade, which is about the difference between BBs and golf balls. They were using golf balls, and we went with BBs. So if you think you've got a straight wear issue, theoretically you want small particles and you want very little cobalt, because cobalt's softer than the tungsten. In this case you had both. You had wear and you had impact or breakage or damage or whatever. So you needed a high wear and a tough one. And if you haven't seen it, I have a list, I think it's 17 now, 17 different factors affecting wear. But we went with a modern submicron with a little vanadium to control grain growth and some other proprietary elements, and a lot of binder for toughness. And we increased wear nicely, several times. So I did this, and we sell Popular Tools saw blades. Great production saw blades. The first saw blades we provided to prove the concept, we had custom made. Some of our world's best saw blades. Then I sent the paper to Ryan G. Hi, Ryan. Ryan G. at Popular Tools, and they came out with some gypsum cutting saw blades. They're production blades. They're beautiful blades. But they're made in production in big batches instead of being made as custom blades, 1 or 2 or a dozen at a time, so they're considerably less money. So now the industry has a much better saw blade for cutting gypsum. And I invented it. Well, then of course there's the company that brought it to me. There's the company that was smart enough to do the research and send me the analysis. Throw in the Dynamite people who made a great little scope. Throw in the people that built the custom blades to test it. Throw in the Gypsum company that actually wanted it made, and then throw in Popular Tools. So what is that? 6, 7, 8 of us. And there's an old saying: it's easy to look like a giant. Let's see, it's easy to look like a giant if you stand on the shoulders of others. But this is the way we invent. I hate it when people do that, but anyway. This is the way I invent saw blades. We try and find out what's really, really going on. Then we match that with proven results, build some custom blades, run them if they work. If they work in an actual customer's environment, then we're good to go. And then, of course, we have Popular Tools, who is much, much better than a lot of other saw companies at jumping on new blades and providing the very best for their customers. So if you got problems, be happy to help you. If you want a custom blade, be more than happy to help you. If you want a really great production saw blade for cutting gypsum, be happy to help you with the Popular Tools. If you're not sure which one you want, we'll sell you one of each. You can run them side by side. And everything we sell is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Yes, if I sell you 2 saw blades, one of them is going to be better than the other, so we'll take one of them back. But we make that up by selling you dozens and dozens and over the next few years. The only thing is, if you're used to buying saw blades every 6 months or 3 months, wait until you place an order with us for your second set, because we've got a second set of blades that have been sitting here better than a year. They used to replace them every 3 months. It's been better a year, and they're still happy with their performance with the original blades. So I've got a dozen saw blades sitting on the shelf that I can't ship because they don't need them yet. That's the deal I made. So our blades really, really are that good. No magic, just bright people trying to do a good job using basic science and, I can't do that, engineering. There, we got it. So that's it. Today's July 3rd. Tomorrow's the 4th. Enjoy your 4th and be safe. Thanks. Bye.